This whole Ghostface Killah's son situation is wild. Buddy of mine sent me the link of the diss track Ghostface Killah's son made about him. But he didn't just send it to me, he let me know, hey, watch this, but you need to look at the comments. So I assumed if he's making a diss track about his dad, that the dude doesn't know how to rap. He went and got some cheap, free YouTube beat, horrible mix, and it would sound like some 1984 let me tell you a story, you know, like it would just be garbage. I went ahead and watched it, and actually, you know what, let me play you a snippet before we carry on here.
You got problems, I'm the right bitch to solve them. How your body count up, but your pockets is starving. How you in the Mac truck, but forget you a father. I be seeing niggas hating, but I don't even bother. Is it me? Am I not your cup of tea? Are my pants not low like your self-esteem? Do I need to fuck a bitch just so you can see? Will shock your hell on you just like my EBT? Now that would eat, but I'm still hungry.
So, as you could imagine, it's exactly what you would think the comment section here is. It wasn't just all against gays. It was also, and this is what caught my eye, also saying that this was absolute garbage. There's zero skill. They need to hang it up. But here's the thing. If you look at this objectively, now, if we're talking mainstream hip hop, not talking about the underground, that's where the spitters live. But if we're talking mainstream hip hop, this is actually better. You know, this is better melodies, better writing of the beat than you're going to hear on whoever's rocking the, you know, top of the iTunes charts right now. These comments section was just visceral and full of hatred, right? And I didn't see one person do what should have been done, which is if you don't like the geese, that's fine. Just like, hey, I don't care for geese, but this dude killed it, right? Which is the appropriate answer here, okay? All this was zero skill, garbage. He should be ashamed of himself. Keep this away from our children. It's like people let their hate of a certain thing block their entire judgment, right? So all they saw was whatever you would call this thing, you know, and they were like, nope, brain shut off, bad, period, fuck it, I don't care. And it's weird to let your hatred consume you like that. Look, there's opinion, subjective. Your favorite artist is a subjective thing. It's subjective to you. But skill isn't. One of my favorite rappers is Tech 9, right? A lot of people don't like Tech. They didn't like his hair back in the day. They don't like his theatrics. They don't like his opinions. But you can't deny Tech's skill, right? You can't deny that he is one of the most talented to do it, even if it's not your cup of tea, you know. And I'm not saying this broad is even on the level of that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying to say there was nothing there, no skill, is crazy. It kind of reminds me of how, like, I don't like Chris Brown, right? I don't like what he sings about. I don't like his style. I don't like this mainstream fluff he does. I don't like his face. Like, I don't like a single thing about him. But he did that diss track to one of the Migos, whichever one. And I remember hearing that and going, oh, shit. You know, this is awesome. So much so that Chris Brown song, You Won't Smoke With Me, I don't remember what it's called, but it's in my regular playlist. Like, I don't like a single thing about Chris Brown, but to say that diss track wasn't just awesome is insane. I listen to it regularly. Like I say, it's in my YouTube playlist. So it is weird when your hatred overpowers your vision. And here's a lot of what I saw in the comments too, and I see this all the time when it has something to do with the gays. It's people throw up, they say their thing, and then they throw up their little shield, right? It's mostly religion, right? You get a lot of religion where they say, well, God is against them, or the Bible says we should be against them. So because of that, we need to attack them. We need to physically hurt them. We need to take away every right they have. But any Christian who's doing that isn't being genuine now, are they? Because they don't have that type of outrage for all of God's laws. Like, we don't have that type of outrage when people get murdered, you know? I've never once seen that type of outrage for a commandment being broken, you know, for someone coveting thy neighbor, or for someone being disrespectful to their parents even. You don't see people trying to take their jobs or think of them as less human beings because of that. And that's why this whole religious shield stuff is nonsense. I would respect you a lot more if you just came out and said what you feel. Say, hey, I don't like the gays, so I don't like this. Or I don't like the gays, So fuck them. They shouldn't get married. You know, quit trying to say marriage is a holy thing and that when divorce rates are over 50%, everybody's fucking everybody. Like, come on, man. So I did see a lot of the shield holders in there quoting this proverb or that proverb. What's crazy is I looked up one of the proverbs. They have nothing to do with gays. It has nothing to do with anything. It's almost as if they knew one proverb. It would be like a person going, and we don't like the gays because of God, Austin 3:16. It's the same type of nonsense. And what's crazy is I believe that, because I see the skill. Now, this isn't great. I'm not going to put Ghostface Killah's son in my playlist. But I believe that if he just would have been a typical dude, you know, a bro's bro, and he made this song, everyone would be like, man, he's a chip off the old block, or Ghostface Killah's son, little Ghostface, man, he's killing it. And this would have gone viral for a completely different reason. All I'm saying is don't let your personal feelings get in the way of enjoying something for what it is. Like another good example is like everyone says Eminem has skill. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. But then if Eminem attacks something or someone you love, all of a sudden that skill they had no longer exists. It's now, well, they will never good anyways. Oh, they fell off. Oh, they're a has-been, right? But like I say, the correct answer is, man, he's talented as fuck, but fuck him for that one. You know, that is the correct answer in that. South Park is another good example. Everyone loves South Park when they're making fun of someone else. Make fun of what you love and that's it. It's sort of like right now with like freedom of speech and like Jimmy Kimmel getting taken down and all that stuff. It's like freedom of speech now means you can say anything you want as long as you say what I agree with. You know, freedom of religion. You have the freedom to wash up any religion you want as long as it's Christianity. You know, it's all nonsense. It's bigotry. It's bullshit, right? This kind of reminds me, this was several years ago. I don't remember how many, but one teacher, it was like an elementary school teacher. It came to light that he was gay. Like he wasn't doing anything inappropriate. It just came to light that, you know, he was gay. So everybody called, he can't be around children. This is dangerous. It's dangerous. You know, so it became this gay hunt all over the country to find teachers who just so happen to be gay. And I remember one interview, it's just burnt into my mind. The teacher had been involved with the child's student throughout several grades. They weren't a regular teacher. They were like a gym or they were a guidance counselor. And that person, that mother who was so outraged is being interviewed. And the reporter's like, well, what did you think of the teacher? And they said, man, this teacher was great. We've had meetings, or the counselor, we've had meetings with the counselor. My child had a meeting with the counselor. The counselor helped my child get into college. A great person. And the reporter's like, but you want them to lose their job? And they said, yeah, because we found out they're gay, so now they can't be around our child. And it's like, what happened to judging a man on his character, right? If he's a good teacher, helped your child get into school, maybe don't be a cocksucker to him. You know, that's just kind of my viewpoint on it. All I'm really saying is, if you hate the gays, I'd respect you so much more if you just came out and said it. Don't say it and then say but. You know, there's that saying, everything that comes after the but is bullshit. I like you, but that shit you said makes me hate you, you know, sort of thing. If you come out and just flat out said, hey, I just don't like the gays, so fuck them. I'm not going to agree with you, but I'm actually going to respect that because you're being honest. You're not hiding behind this bullshit shield, you know? And even me, you know, I'll tell you a secret. When I'm around like an openly outward gay person, I feel uncomfortable. But the difference is I don't think we should hurt that person or take rights away from them because of that. And like I say, this is all about Ghostface Killah's little boy here. And I just think this is the prime example of that, where people can't even understand that this was at least a flow with a little bit of talent behind it because of who the messenger is. You know what I mean? Now, this wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but let's say it was. Like I say, let's say this was Tech 9 level flow or Twista or something that just, whoa, it would still be the same result. The comment section would not be a sentence different. Like I say, I will not be adding this to my playlist, but hey, maybe the dude comes out with something else and it finds a home on my playlist.
You got problems, I'm the right bitch to solve them. How your body count up, but your pockets is starving. How you in the Mack truck, but forget you a father. I be seeing niggas hating, but I don't even bother. Is it me? Am I not your cup of tea? Are my pants not low?